All right, hey everybody, it's me, Move Screen, and welcome back to G-Quuux Internet Roundup, and here's our review of episode 10, where things are kind of exploding. Then we're going to go into a live react for episode 11. So this week, everyone had a lot of minor tangents to talk about, and then we actually eventually got into some bigger topics. Honorable mention number one was a meme someone in Japan made explaining that G-Quuux compared to a normal anime is eating like 4 slices of pizza all at once compared to a normal show being a normal pizza, because everything can be explained with pizza, right? I'm still annoyed at how fast-paced the show is, but yeah, I get what they're going for. Minor topic 2 was people happy that the Big Zam came back. People were very happy to see it again. People were happy that Dozel's Albie was right all along. You just had to mass produce it and everything would work out. And also, what I really want to mention here is that its Flippy Dippy Kick Attack from Dynasty Warriors Gundam is now officially recorded into anime canon as it was featured in episode 10. Minor topic 3 was Nyan's kill count, which then evolved into a greater argument about whether or not she is now the ace of all aces, with her deleting a Baoku, putting her above or below Anna Volgado's famous nuke of Kanpei Island in Gundam 0083. I think it puts her above just on the basis that a Baoku was better, and I think there were more people there. But the argument for Gato is Gato nuked Kanpei Island when there were all those ships in attendance, so maybe with the population of the ships, Gato still has a higher kill count. Alright, so anyway, that brings us to the main topics of the week. At the bottom of the barrel, strangely slightly above Nyan's shocking kill count, were people impressed and otherwise interested in her delicious Thai food. Relatedly, there was also a conversation with many people coming out of the woodwork to defend Xavier, because even if he didn't have feelings for Nyan, Nyan was kind of overstepping her boundaries because fuck it, that boy is hungry. He's eating a goddamn Jello, or maybe it's an outer space Capri Sun, so can you blame him for being hungry and wanting a decent meal of some goddamn rice? After that, in 6th place was Cecilia Irene, Giranzabi's mistress and private secretary, with a couple of different opinions on her, as such as, oh, what the fuck, lol, she's cute now, I like her new design. Although there were also just as many people being like, what the fuck, I preferred her looking more like a realistic human. Of course, every time the show also gets a beautiful woman on it, it eventually kills her, although she was probably a Nazi, so let her die. However, one thing I wanted to point out, I got confirmed the past week, was Cecilia fits into a very interesting niche because she's one of the few Zeon characters who survived the original Gundam, who survived the original 1 Year War, because in canon, according to the side materials, she was arrested, got a slap on her wrist, and lived peacefully for the rest of her life in space. But none of that happened in G-Quuux now because she's dead. 5th place this week was the show's ending theme, I Don't Care, with people simultaneously realizing that the depiction of the end of the show with Nyan and Machu as roommate best friends who order pizzas together and sing songs on their guitars is a far cry from where the show is now at, with them both about to rip each other's throats out. Although a few people then fired back sarcastically that Relina never captured any lions in Gundam Wing, despite capturing 2 in the ending. The other big reveal was Shalia saying the lyrics to the song in his Jupiter flashback episode, seemingly implying that therefore the song is actually about him all along, which brings us to 4th place, which was Shalia Bull. On his own, still being a cool boss man, bearded man. A lot of people were very, very happy to see the deep lore backstory of Shalia Bull finally depicted. I sure as hell, I'm glad we got it. And a lot of people were sarcastically not amused by him going super out of his way to really make sure Machu had a gun going into her final battle, with many people non-ironically picking up that that's kind of the point of the show, that war gives guns to young people and makes them kill their friends, all because 2 politicians on the other side of the room hate each other. Now, in 3rd place this week was Giranzabi, although people were absolutely shocked and furious he died in under 110 seconds of screen time, so it was actually less Giranzabi and more of the death of Giranzabi, with numerous people debating which show killed him better, some people overall disappointed he didn't get shot in the head again, and a few people jumping to the conclusion that Cecilia was using the Star Wars forks joke on Cecilia until they realized she had sarin gas, and a few people arguing he really wasn't dead, and then a few other people arguing that he couldn't die that easily, and he should have done better. He should have just worn a gas mask and expected that sarin gas. But yeah, overall, people were sad Giran didn't even last the whole 2 minutes. Then in 2nd place this week was the Sodan family, specifically a large segment of the fan base that are happy that Machu, Komali, and Shalia are all getting along together in one place. Although despite that, people are also amused that Machu is going into the final area of the show as this prison dog Gundam pilot, making her dramatically unique from anyone before her, except maybe Argo Gulski. Also, because enough people on Twitter asked the show's art team, they dropped a limited edition art of Komali wearing the clothes she gave to Machu. So there you go, that's what it would look like if Komali wore the clothes. And finally, in first place this week was Char Aznable. Out of the news that obviously Char was going to be featured in next week's episode, and many people cheered on that good news, as the main characters of G-Quuux would finally be reunited for the family. But despite the obvious twist that everyone saw coming 2 weeks away, a bigger deal was that they revealed early on Twitter that in some capacity, Char will return to wearing his red One-Year War costume in this episode, which is unexpected and weird in my opinion. It's possible that it's just some propaganda move to get the Zeons to trust him, but I kind of thought he would wear something different. I don't know, I kind of thought we'd see the Quattro outfit. Anyway, Char's return ended up being a major discussion point, with people joking all over the internet that Char would just transform back into this red costume either through the Superman method, the Iron Man method, or maybe even the Sailor Moon method. Beyond that, one Gundam fan was so thrilled about the news of Char's return that he put on a Char costume, jumped on his Char's custom bicycle, and rode around Tokyo telling everyone that Char Aznable is coming, get ready! And also I have to point out that this canonically aligns with the deep lore drop that Char Aznable has no ability to drive a car. Oh, also on that note, this is hilarious. There's been a meme going around for a while that Gundam The Origin was a BS story that Char made up to tell Camille where Char magically does all the important stuff in Gundam. Dat Chairman brought the meme back this week to point out that if Char magically fixes everything going on in this single episode, goddamn, that is some definite Char maxing going on. Oh, and one more tangent for the road. This guy in Japan, Hopala Samurai 1, did amazing original Gundam movie style watercolor art of all the G-Quuux characters as they'd be depicted if they were drawn by like Kaz. So yeah, it's really, really great and I love these. All right, are you ready? I sure as hell am. I've been waiting all year to see what ultimate mastermind plan Char will unleash on these crazy ass people. So here we go. Alright, so we wind the clock back a few seconds and we revisit the end of episode 10 with the Abaoku disintegration, which is a really disturbing scene the more I see it. I hate the way it howls in the wind. Then we get back to the Elmith. Then we're back to Nan feeling sick from the millions of people she killed, and then she goes to the next target on Cassilia's list, which turns out to be the fucking entire planet Earth. But Lala warns her that she's going to destroy the planet if she does that. Luckily, the Yomagantho needs to cool down between shots, so there's some time to figure it out. Char, meanwhile, calls the Gundam's ALPHACIDEs, not sure what that is, in a faster depiction than in episode 10. Machu and Nan get right back to fighting each other. Machu remembers Shalia warning her that bits are not as troubling as they appear because they have to be controlled by a human, and therefore there's only so many places they can focus. Nan starts to suspect Machu is inside the Gundam, and yeah, they realize they're fighting each other, but they keep on fighting. We then go to Shalia fighting the Gan team. Shalia transforms the Kikuroga and vows to kill the Gans, and kills almost all of them. Lieutenant Seamus then confesses to the Sodan crew that Shalia is in a scheme to kill Cassilia, and Komali and the Zeon team turns on Shalia because they all love her that much. I guess it makes sense, why not? Meanwhile, Machu and Nan keep fighting. Machu says they need to rescue Lala, and the Gundam Quuux is apparently able to unfreeze the Rose of Chiron, and apparently the gun was there to help Machu destroy the Gundam's limiter. Specifically, there was a lock on the limiter's hard drive that needed to be shot in order to turn it off. So that happens, and the Quuux goes over to the Rose and tries to free Lala. In space, Shalia tells Xavier that Cassilia is trying to commit a genocide against the Earth. Meanwhile, Shuji shows up as a ghost. Is he dead? What? Oh no, it's the theater from Zeta Gundam. What a pointless fan servicey cliche. What the fuck? Char shows up there to meet with Cassilia. Not as dramatic as the three-way standoff in Zeta against Taman and Skirako. If either of them were there, I'd lose my shit. Anyway, Haman randomly walks into the scene here. No, wait, I'm sorry, it's Cassilia. I just can't believe the show never even dropped Haman as a background cameo. But I guess she demands too much attention that this show doesn't have. Anyway, Cassilia and Char have a major discussion about the reformation of humanity, and that Cassilia is planning on killing the Earth. Machu and Nan end up dropping out of the ceiling, and Char takes Machu on a magical mystery tour. Holy shit, why are they so close to each other? Okay, so Char did Sailor Moon his way back into his one-year war costume. What the fuck, that's actually canon now? And Char says it's due to the way Lala remembers Char. Meanwhile, Char explains that he sent Shuji as his agent, but he was a bad partner because he became obsessed with freeing Lala from the Elemeth. And holy shit, you mean this entire time Shuji's autistic ass wasn't saying that the Gundam told him to do this? He wasn't talking to Char's ghost in the Gundam. He was literally talking to Char in the radio living in Florida, calling him up, giving him direct orders. Ugh, I feel so dumb now. Unless he was somehow talking about the Gundam's ALPHACIDE system, and randomly coming to strange conclusions about that. Anyway, so Char leaves in the Red Gundam, seemingly to kill Lala and stop the time paradoxes. Meanwhile, though, Nyan talks to Cassilia and gives her a bunch of shit. Machu barges back into the Climax Theater, where Cassilia tries to kill Machu out of nowhere with her sidearm, and out of nowhere, Nyan decides to shoot Cassilia in the back. Cassilia is really shocked by that. She tries to kill Nyan, but the G-Fred snaps into action to protect her. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Char tries to kill Lala, which is insane. I cannot believe he's doing that. I can't believe I even had to say that. But it justifies that it has to happen because both the Elmif and the Red Gundam have the ALPHACIDE system, and apparently they're like calling out to each other. Meanwhile, original Lala slowly starts waking up from her dream and speeding up. Komali dreadfully says we're about to see the true Zeknova, and then Shalia and Xavier talk about the Kira Kira phenomena being an apparent combination of new type perception, Minovsky particles, and therefore causing an optical illusion that everyone's seeing. Xavier and Shalia then have a massive battle, and we actually see the Kikaroga going pretty hard at it. Xavier doesn't die, thank God. Meanwhile, Cassilia clings to life, and it looks like she might actually make it. Komali then confirms that we fully have multiverse theory going on, and mentions that something is coming in from another universe. It's either pieces of the Zeknova objects, like the missing piece of Solomon, or wait, what the fuck? They're playing Beyond the Time? Oh no, what the fuck? It's the original Gundam. Is Amuro there? What? Chills, what? Oh, what? Okay, that was intense. I need to turn that back. So Shuji and Char have a dramatic confrontation about what is reality and how it's all ending, and Char realizes that Shuji is this character from the other side of the reality, and Shuji has seemingly come here to destroy this universe. So, holy shit, lol, was Shuji actually Skirako all along? Or was he Camille? Wait, hold up. You mean to tell me that Shuji's one wish all along was to destroy the universe? The one wish that Shiko thought was so good that it made her die a happy death was the destruction of all life in the entire universe? Anyway, randomly out of nowhere, the UC-0079 RX-78-2 Gundam from the original anime crawls through the Zeknova, and I really have no clue what to make of that. Actually, now I'm double thinking it because the second Gundam is there. So is that Amuro in that Gundam, or is it Shuji? Is that Gundam going to kill Char? So what if this is the actual Gundam that Shuji's been talking to all along, and it wasn't Char on the radio or the Red Gundam? Ugh, I'm completely dumbfounded by all this multiverse crap in the end, though. I really wanted them to not do multiverse. I wanted it to be a time travel story, and now that it is multiverse, I'm like, yeah. Also, I'm kind of shocked that Nyan shot Lady Cassilia after all that. It seemed like it was a reflex action because she didn't want Cassilia to hurt Machu, but I really thought she cared about Cassilia more than that. Maybe Nyan is just a really fucked up character. Maybe Nyan is going to die in the next episode. I don't know. I feel like I could have bought this betrayal if Nyan was just consciously aware of the fact that Cassilia tricked her into doing a genocide. But the fact that Nyan doesn't know about that and she still otherwise seems to like Cassilia makes the gunshot very, very awkward. Anyway, I'm a little bit let down by this episode. It's not a bad story, but the pacing is making it so hard to digest. Like, so much is happening so fast that I can't enjoy any of it. And I want more Char, I want more Shuji, I want more Cassilia even. I just want to see what the fuck is going on, but they're going through everything at a breakneck pace that it's like exhausting. Alright, Christ, waiting for next week is going to suck, but I'm excited to get this over with. Let me know how you're doing and keep being beyond the time, because that's a song from the 80s. Good night.